line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, Fasty.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to the show, live here from Michigan International Speedway down in Brooklyn, Michigan, as we are here with Pottlez Racing League and their action-packed adventures here with the Truck Series. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian Crusader Shriver. Welcome back to the show, as always. And as we started off, got a whole lineup of drivers here ready to do war and do battle here with everyone around the track here, as we are showcasing now our Pottlez Wrapz track tech talk for the evening here tonight. Again, Michigan International Speedway, this track very hard to kind of accommodate and really smoothen out when it comes to the runs. It's really going to be a matter of patience tonight for these drivers and really stabilizing the truck in all the way through. The one thing you're going to notice a lot of here is they're going to try to play similar lines, similar areas, and the draft is going to be a very crucial part to survival here for them, as currently last-minute laps are being thrown down. Some drivers in here were kind of shocked on the qualifying stages on who has gotten where and who did what there. Interesting to say the least, and interesting to begin with here. And some guys in here and gals who would not have expected to really get into that spot or really into that area, but they are indeed, and they laid down some pretty good laps here. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that transfers over to the actual race itself. But you know, around here, there's one thing we're always taught and told, is you can never expect anything other than the unexpected in motorsports. The same can be definitely said here at Michigan International Speedway, as drivers are currently finalizing their laps in, putting up the final times here in the cone. Here is now our little look at your qualifying, just give you guys an idea of who's where and who's what. 15 drivers in with us here tonight, and take a look who's up top there. Jeffrey Oaks, not a driver usually accommodates to being a good qualifier, but tonight he seems to have dialed something in. He seems to have found a little bit of momentum down there. Will it hold up later on? We'll have to see. Robert Dudley, what's up? Hey, man, great to have you on board here tonight, man. Always a pleasure to have Big Dudleyville here. And then last night he was in the race for Flyby Cup Series. Great to have you on board here, my friend. Another driver to keep your eye on here, of course, Keith Checkmate Taylor. Even though his qualifying time may not be what I think he was hoping for in that number 8, he still is a fan favorite around here amongst many of the drivers, and one of those guys you got to keep your eye on. And Ian Yeager in the 96, he had a little bit of momentum there with the Def Leppard, but it looks like the machine did not quite pull his way as much as he wanted times-wise, and it definitely shows. But Todd Horse there in the number 9 as well, another guy that hasn't really been living up to his own reputation, his own mindset in this case, so hopefully that will change here tonight as we are about ready to start up for tonight's race. Here we go. Let's head it down to the front stretch where we will see on the pole, we mentioned a minute ago, Jeffrey Oaks in the 20 will be the starting gun on this one. To his outside, it will be Dustin Stoneacre in the 66. Run number 2, it's Bob Hutchings in the 77. To his outside, the 7 is Cindy, the closer, Taylor. Row number 3, Robert Kahn in the rattlesnake in the 21. To his outside, it will be the 15 of Ryan Kling. Runner 4, Ian Yeager in the 96 is outside. James Mandred in the 27. Row number 5 is Chantel Throttle in the 5. And her outside, it's Keith Checkmate Taylor in the number 8. Row number 6 is going to see the likes of Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Is outside. It'll be the 69 of Nick Kern. Final starters, Todd Horse in the number 9, and row 7 is outside the 87 of Kevin Baker, and Brian Healy in the 83 to round out the field here tonight as we are getting ready for the starting gun to be blown here on the show and ready to be run into the course. The drivers are set and ready to go here as they are wont to do. Now the question will be, who will be the driver to watch out for and take on, because there's some names in here we were not expecting to see right out of the gate here on this one. 80 laps to the distance as you hear them now getting the motors ready to go. You hear them getting into first gear. They are ready to set them up for tonight's race. So now the big question will be for sure, who is going to take home the first leg of this one? Who is going to take home the first victory here? There's a lot of stuff going on here. We'll see how it all plays out here as the drivers currently get settled in and ready to go. Hold on just one moment here, folks. We got to cut to a little quick thing here. Got to go ahead and take it out. Alright, sorry for that there, folks. We had to cut to a quick commercial break there on our end, kind of get things figured in here a little bit with the drivers. Had a little thing we had to talk with. Caution out currently because they had to deal with a little thing out there. So it looks like we are finally situated out and taken care of here. The drivers are just getting ready to get going here. See all the drivers here just kind of setting themselves up. It's good to see Dustin Stoneacre finally get a little bit of a fairer shake out here, finally showing what he can do with these cars and trucks. been a while since we've seen him really in that game and in that play here. But the Lucky Charm 66 will be one of the guys to keep your eye on. Bob Hutchings, another one you got to keep your eye on there in that AC Delco. Jeffrey Oaks, obviously a fast cat in his own right. Cindy the Closer Taylor, man. Talk about last week catching the break of her life, winning at Bristol, and finally ending the long, drawn-out drought that she has had since she has been pretty much in with this series and with racing with us. Here up on the show, it was great to just see her finally get that monkey off her back and finally get that win in when she needed it. And honestly, it was a big deal for her, and she knows it. So Field will bring him down around here one more time by, and this time we are getting ready to go green flag racing here. As they set the trucks up for their position and their stakes here. Michigan International Speedway going to show off what's going to happen here and how this will play out for them. Drivers lined up, ready to go here, coming across down on the front stretch, and the green flag flies, which means we are underway. Right out of the starting gun here, you can see the early advantage going here to Bob Hutchings on the outside line. Jeffrey Oaks there side by side with him down that back straightaway. Oaksy trying to stabilize the truck a little more to the bottom and get some ground there. Bob trying to make the early jump around though on him on the outside line. Moving the chains on in early on here, making a pretty good run and kick scenario. Oh no, oh no. And a huge little click and a half there, and Oaksy goes straight to the walls. Caution comes out. Caution is out. Oh, my. And just like that, when you think things can't change or get harder for someone, they just change completely up there for Jeffrey Oaks. Oaksy just gets tagged in there out of turn 4. I'm not sure what happened exactly there, but we're going to the PTM instant replay to catch all the action here and find out what happened here. Hopefully frame rates also took a little bit of a better look there. No, we were having a little bit of troubles there. So here's another look at it here. Looks like he just drifted up a little bit. I'm not sure if he got in there with Hutchings too quickly or what happened, but the rear end of Oaksy, he definitely tagged that wall protection, which means he'll have some damage there. Hard to say though where everything went wrong there, because it just looked like it was hard racing maneuver. But let's take it to the TV cam here. Let's take one more look at it. Round around here, down on turn 4, and yeah, you guys can be the judge on that one. It looked to me like Oaksy and Hutchins just got a little too close together, and unfortunately in racing, you know, there's only so much you can do around here with that, and that ended up just costing him dearly there. So a tough break there for Oaksy, and that sets the tone for the rest of the field here to try to work off of, unfortunately. First caution of the night here for the drivers. Bob Hutchins will have the race lead, and Dustin Slonaker in second, and then Cindy, last week's feature winner, will follow right behind here. Gunnar Crawford down here tonight with us here, saying Team Kern, hashtag Team Rattlesnake. Great to have you on board, bud. Robert Dudley saying great job on the broadcast last night. Robert, thanks again, bud. Although I'll be honest with you, I honestly thought it was one of my worst calls I've had to do. Not on your guys' end, but the way I was calling it, the way I was presenting it. I felt like I was, I'll be honest, like I'm a very perfectionist. I felt like I honestly could have called it a lot better and been a little more presentable. But I think it was just kind of one of those nights that just I wasn't there, you know, to really call that one. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, because honestly, I thought that was one of my harder ones that I've spoken about, because it just. I know you guys down there and how well you can run, and it was just, I felt like I should have told it a little better and try to give you guys more breathing room. So that's the way I look at it, that's the way I see it. But you know, everyone has their opinions and disopinions, so we'll go ahead and get things fixed in one more time around, and get the drivers set back up into the pace zone, into the runs. Top 5 right now on your screen, ready to get back in here. Still under caution. I believe they will go to the double file restart now here on here. Yes, they are. Sonaker to the outside, and then of course Ian Yeager the outside of Cindy. Drivers line back up into position to get ready to field them back in for a run and a half here. There is a little bit of damage on Hutchings' left rear end there. You got to wonder if maybe that is cornered into the tire, and if that's catching that tire, that could be dangerous for him because that could shred tire up quickly. And on this track, you need all 4 of those tires in that truck in one piece if you want to get a good run. They will come back down around here and try to run their way through the back straightaway zone. Let's see how this one plays out here. There's still a lot of laps to be had and still a lot to go down. Robert Dillon saying, yeah, it was good. All right, well, I appreciate it, man. So the driver's also coming off from last week here at Bristol. And I definitely could, if I'm going to be a little bit bipartisan and, unbiased, I would say last week at Bristol was definitely not the track that I think these drivers were looking for in a run. They were definitely struggling out there, and I don't think they were pleased at all with it. They told me earlier today, a lot of them came back here because they want to prove something and show they can make up for that and they can get something going for themselves. As the green flag flies back on out here off the start, Sonaker, I'm not sure, maybe he didn't even get a run off that. He just completely got passed on that. Might have missed a shift there out of that, and that ended up costing him dearly here. Here we go now down turn 1 and 2, and the females are hunting down the old man, Bob Hutchings. The AC Delco 77 of Bob Hutchings right now has the early lead, getting a pretty good run off of that. The Def Leppard 96 of Ian Yeager trying to stay with Matthew Hoffer in that Mountain Dew, and then the females right there, Chantel and Cindy Taylor. Both drivers going side by side, wheeling it in. A battle for third initiates here, as you see Hoffer right there with Chantel. Hoffer trying to get a little bit more running ground there on him, trying to make it work. On the corner into the outside, the 5 backs off a little bit, trying to set the corner up a little bit better than Hofford. Hofford is initiating the full throttle assault there out of turn 2 and makes a big run up to the front, making a huge charge for this one. He wants that race lead away. He wants to finally get his first win in the trucks tonight. Huge run there on the back straight to the front stretch here. Look at this. Hofford is right there with the race lead. Chantel, oh, look, contact me there by Bob to Hofford. Bob stays in line this time, though, keeps it clear as day. The throttle now is right there with the race leaders, moving their way out of turn 2. These drivers are fighting for everything they got, trying to get themselves an early advantage, trying to get the early run here. There are 80 laps that they have to secure and win off of. And at least right now, oh man, well, bump and rub there from the 77 to the 5, and Cindy Taylor paid for that one. Oh man, I thought that was a dirt track race for a minute. I don't think I've seen these guys bump and run like that and do it that well. Holy smokes. Cindy on the inside line around there. Chantel trying to hold her off, trying to get something going with Hutchings on the back stretch here, trying to push away. Crossover there around the 7. Look at the huge position Hoffer's got going right now. He's got a huge run and a half here, and I can say already, I think we've already passed the kind of timesheet that we have with Bristol already, so that's a good news. And Bob is not done just yet. He's still getting a good draft there off the 5, and the 7 is just kind of weighing away here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a little bit of trouble there. A little bit of trouble. James Mander in the 27. Out of turn 1, having big problems there. The TYVTV, unfortunately, 7 of Mander coming to a complete halt here. Well, I'm not really sure what happened there exactly. We'll go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out for sure. Looked like he might have got a little tight there out of turn 1, and it ends up just sending him straight to the wall protection, but it's hard to say from our angle and our vantage point. Here is the PTM Instant Replay and full coverage of this one here. So Kevin Baker and him side by side, good battle here, and you see Robert the Rattlesnake on that 4-3. A little damage there on the front end there, not sure where that came from. We'll see if Mander gets down a little bit. Oh, right there. Great save there by Man. Look at this save by Mandarin, man. Even though he gets tagged by Baker, what a save to get it into the grassy plains, open up his own lawn care service, and secure a save and a half there. Great driving on his end for the 27, but unfortunately, has set the drivers back, and we actually have a little bit more problems on the track. We got a caution now. There's a caution. Problems for Nick Kern and Ian Yeager. Unfortunately, the 69 and the 96 involved in this one here. So I guess back to the instant replay we go here. Looks like Heath Taylor getting a little bit of a check up there for the 69, and Brian Healy had nowhere to go there, unfortunately. Can't quite tell from our angle what happened exactly there as well, so we'll head it back down to the replay and see in full coverage what they saw as they were going into that turn there. There has to have been a little bit of a run there coming from that position, though, because there is a lot of ground you can clear in to make a jump there. See if we can get a good vantage point right here. So the Taylor, Cindy, and Keith battling it out a little bit. Cindy goes in, makes a move. Keith backs off a little bit. The 69's got to run, but he corners in just a little too hard. Gets to the side, takes the corner off him, and then Yeager and him gets in there, and unfortunately, nowhere to go for Nick Kern. Unfortunately, getting tagged in there, and caution comes out for that end. So now that will set the drivers back up in formation and solidarity, as we still got quite a few laps here to complete. Now again, it is early, so you never can be too sure around here what will play out, what will happen here. But on this restart here, the two females of the sport, Cindy and Chantel, we're going to go at it here. And I would say right now, you got two top-tier dominant women taking on a male sport, really showing what it means to be a driver and how it hangs around here. But, of course, you can't count out the guys that have been here for a while, that have been doing everything as well. Matthew Hoffer being one of them, Brian Healy. Maybe a bit a little new to the series here, but he is one of those guys that has been taken out there. So, we'll see how it all plays out, but make no bones about it. When we return, we will see the full coverage and full race in action here returning to the show. Who will be able to win this one here in Michigan? We'll find out when we return. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by our good friends over at Maconi Setup Shop. Only the best and fast subs come from Maconi Setup Shop. Visit their website at MaconiSetupShop.com to find the right setup for your next race. By Matt Mills Racing Team, best Xfinity team out there, sponsoring and supporting Pottlez Wrapz Racing League this season. You want to support Matt Mills Racing Team? Visit them up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and check out their shirts and merchandise line on Facebook. Thanks again to Matt Mills for helping being a big sport to pedal the metal. By Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts is supplying up the trophies for the season champs this season. And if you're looking to get the best hardware gift for your next event, visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today. I mentioned trophies. I do mean these big old pieces of artwork. By simracingmerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By Grid Finder. Grid Finder is the best way to find a new league. Filter your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Need a broadcaster or library designer? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. And by the ButtKicker. Best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. And speaking of what they've been missing right now, the drivers have been missing a little bit of that race time that they've been trying to get around here, so they're going to try and get that fixed back in and try to get things taken care of after that second caution here. See Ian Yeager there in the 96 going around one more time around. We'll see if the race officials allow him to go ahead and finish that out and get that taken care of here. So it looks like, yep, they will indeed. So they will go ahead around one more time by here and play this one out. See how this one comes to be and how this one takes care of here. And I do apologize for the little beeps you might have heard, the little buzzes. That's unfortunately breaking the fourth wall for a minute. That would be the Discord going off, unfortunately. I have no idea how to turn that off, and I'm still trying to figure these things out as time goes on. So, again, my apologies in advance to those at home that are hearing that. It's annoying, trust me. I know how it is. Well, while the drivers get fixed around here, we'll go ahead and give one last word to our sponsors and then see how this one plays out. The race is also presented in part by our good friends over at FEGPC.net. Matching your want with your wallet, FEGPC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. Be sure to visit them up on their website. By Brandon Minnick Sim Racing. Be sure to follow up his page and support his merchandise at his iRacing journey. Thank you again to Brandon for being a big supporter of Pedal to the Metal. By Pottlez Wrapz. If you want your vehicle to match your style on the track, and Pottlez Wrapz is just that. The most affordable designs made at your leisure. And by GreenTech Energy. Leading the way in solar company and energy. GreenTech Energy is the way to go. And right now, the way these drivers want to go is back to Green Line Racing. And right now, it looks like they are finished back up. But Ian Yeager is still a lap down, so he'll have to deal with that on the restart here. How much of that factor will that play in? It's hard to say, but we are ready to finally finish this one out and get things going once again. It's not even 1/4 the way through, but the drivers are ready to get some momentum going, get some things running here. Lights come back on, and oh boy, what a start there for the throttle out of the gate. Nick Kern, the 69, despite the little issue he had there, the pit road managing to play favorable for him as a 3-wide salute initiates there down out of turn 1 already out of the gate. That's Robert the Rattlesnake Khan and Bob Hutchings taking it in there. They clear it though pretty well. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan though is now looking for the full throttle assault there on the outside line to Nick Kern. Kern trying to hold him up, trying to stay in it there. The 5 trying to get a good run off that restart and stay away from losing position. But the 43 of Robert Khan is moving to the outside line, looking for a little bit more run there with those fresher set of tires. The hard charge being initiated on the track and in front of us all, but there is still a little bit of that draft push that's helping out the 5 and the 69 of Kern. Robert knows that he's trying to get some more push up there. He's trying to keep it on line. You can see that truck getting a little bit loose off the corner banking. Stabilizes it in, stays it through with a momentum run down the back straightaway. We have ourselves a new leader. Khan takes away the race lead here, and already it looks like there could be a multitude of drivers changing up in positions and changing up on strategy here. And we'll see that as time goes on and how things play out here as we take it to our guy cam here. This is the chopper. Or as Schwarzenegger would have said, it's a chopper. Yeah. Matthew Hoffert, after that little big run he had earlier on the Mountain Dew 84, hasn't really been pushing it too hard there. Looks like he's just trying to keep a little bit more of an even pace and fuel there with the 77 of Hutchings right now. As Robert Kahn trying to not give up a draft to the throttle. Chantel, though, wants a piece of that pie, wants a little bit back from him. A little bit of trouble there down the back straightaway, though, for Brian Healy as caution comes out. Something gone completely wrong for him there as he now puts it into pit road. Well, take a look at the replay here and find out what happened here coming out of turn 2. Oh! And Healy just gets a big whack and attack there on Yeager, and Yeager takes a hit and a half. Motor goes on him, but Healy, worse for wear there. He is motor completely destroyed. Truck gone completely from that turn. Not sure if that was just a hard run or what happened there exactly, but let's see. Healy dives it in pretty hard here, and everything looks fine here. Just drifts up the slightest bit there and almost gets the 15 of Ryan Kling there and that Hooters machine, but Yeah, Ely right there, unfortunately. I think that's just the inexperience of running this track and running that kind of line where he was at. I think that might have just been what hurt him, unfortunately. That's a tough break there. So the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn currently going into pit road, or is he? Well, I guess he decided not to. Playing a little mind games out there with his old rival. That's one thing we've known about that old Rattlesnake is he likes to play games with these cats. He likes to mess around with some folks, so no surprise there. Pit strategy will definitely come into play here, and it's going to be a big factor. How long will it last? Hard to say, but we'll know later on when time goes on.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. Well, I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
At Maconi Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.maconisetupshop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Maconi Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Yeah, alright, welcome back here as we are ready to get the drivers back up and running here for the next leg of the race here. Currently, it will be a battle, a little bit of a read going here with that 77 Hutchings and Kahn that 20 and that 483 here. Now, if you are looking at the title card right now and the number card, you see Kahn in the 21. Don't make any jokes about it, folks. What the reason is there is besides the fact that we make jokes at him all the time about it is the 21 is supposed to be what number he's supposed to be running out there, but because here on the broadcast, some drivers do see things a little differently than I do here. So what we got going down here is that there are some drivers out here that have a custom number to their scheme, and the custom numbers are different from how they are presented from the actual sim racing of iRacing in general. So the sim numbers you see are what most people will generally see until they mark this little box off in the options menu, and that's really what the that's kind of the big thing a lot of people do not know about or really have a full awareness of. So if you do see that, yeah, you basically got a driver that's got a different number than the actual number on their car or truck or vehicle, whatever. That means that they are running a custom built-in number to specifically that vehicle, because you can't change the custom design of it. If that was the case, then that would be the easiest solution. But again, with all the way the designs are, and they're built straight onto the scheme itself, so that's why they're so prevalent and so difficult to kind of remember and figure out. And here on the restart here, You got a couple of guys right now that would like to try to make a big move and a big name here. And of course, one of them being that 87, the Budweiser of Kevin Baker. He's now up 10 spots from where he was at earlier on. And he is working his way through the field and moving some chains in there. Might be getting a few beers later on if he can get this one taken care of. So on the restart here, it will be the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn showing them the way. Bob Hutchings in the Western Auto, Silverado Chevrolet will have a starting gun as well. Try to somehow, some way keep his momentum at play and keep his game on. They will run them down on the front straightaway here. Packed house here with us tonight to watch some Truck Series action. And then some more. We are ready to go. Third caution is taken care of. Lights come back on. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Off the line through the chicane, down into turn 1, down into turn 2 here. Matthew Hoffer in the Mountain Dew Silverado Chevrolet trying to get an early jump there. He had like he did earlier on Kahn and Hutchings. Hutchings and them side by side still. And a little bit of a push there from Hofford helping out the 77 to keep up with the 43. But the 87 of Kevin Baker smells blood in the water. He sees an opening. Looking for a jump, looking for a run there on the inside line. We've had multiple winners throughout the season, but the Trucks has had a new winner every time out. Hard to think and hard to imagine, but that's really the case, and it's true here. And will we see another one here tonight? That's going to be the big question that's lingering on everybody's mind here tonight. Back by down around one more time here out of turn 2, and it's the 77 of Hutchings still trying to get a jump around. Kevin Baker doing a pretty solid job staying in that place and zone as well, while Hoffer is doing everything he can to get a jump around him. And now a little bit of a push to the bottom line for Hutchings. Gets Rattlesnake a little woozy there. He looked like he lost complete control there on that turn and did not have the run he usually does here. Hutchings straight to the bottom. Hoffer tries to follow. Kahn's going to stay right there with him off the corner panel. It was still Kahn's to lose. The chat here tonight, Russell Daniel Jr. Sorry I haven't keeping up with you guys saying, what's up, man? Russell, great to have you on board. Kenneth Crawford is still here with us saying, let's go. Kathleen Crawford has joined us in, rooting on the Rattlesnake. Good house in here tonight. Packed drivers here, ready for a show, and they're getting one right here from the drivers here at the moment. Field right now kind of put back a little bit, and caution comes out, which means a style with stage break here, so the stage is complete. One stage down, one, and I believe 2 more to go here. But after that one here, your stage winner is going to go to Bob Hutchings there, so Bob will take home this one in the first stage. Managing to clear house and clean that one up. He managed to get a pretty good spot up in the AC Delco 77. Definitely got to be happy about that one here. Now that the stage is complete, drivers will set themselves back up for the pacing in the zones here. And when we get back to the restart, I believe it will be at lap 30 of 80, so it will be pretty much at the halfway point once we get going once again. I mean, like I said, there's one thing we talked about a while back here on the show, was this the overwhelming hardships that it takes to even control, that it even takes to even work with the leagues and works with the tracks in general. And the drivers know it, the fans know it, and it's just one of those things out here that a lot of people just don't seem to understand or really work with. And tonight has not been any different, but they've been able to hold up there. So as they will inevitably figure out what they want to do about pit strategy, what they want to do here on their little run rounds. Looks like Hutchings, Baker, and Slonaker stay out. So does Nick Kern. The rest of the field will go into pit road. That's kind of interesting to me. That really these guys are going into pit road on a stage break when they had a stage already to kind of do things around. And you remember, they do get 5 sets of tires, and they do get to have a few laps to kind of work around and work and deal with those stage breaks. But that's one thing that's kind of interesting is just how well are you going to be able to hold up when those tires are gone and when you're going to actually be burning them up too quick. I gotta believe these guys and gals are thinking that this is going to be more of a little bit of a longer course, a little longer run, for a short run, if you will, on those tires than it actually will be. So, I mean, that's the way they're thinking it's going to play out, and that's the way they're going to do it. Then, that's honestly their mindset. But I honestly would not have gone in and used up too many tires right away. I would have probably tried to save at least 2 or 3 more for later. As the drivers come out of pit road now, let's take a look at our pit road strategy call here on the show. Here's how they played it out here. Hutchings and Baker obviously staying out, as well as Slonaker. Kern went in a little earlier on, actually. He's kind of a little halfway midpoint, so on this restart, he might have a little bit more momentum on the going here than he does for Hutchings and Baker. It's obviously Slonaker as well, but that's kind of a thing you're going to have to watch out for. And then obviously Konhofer, Pottle, and Mandred all went in as well. So that will, inevitably to me, that's going to really set them more towards the front on this restart if they get the right push and the right momentum off the line. Now, what do I mean by that exactly? Well, here's the thing. When you're on the track like this in Michigan and you're trying to get a move on in the front and trying to get some push there, the hardest thing that you can do as a driver is try to find a way around traffic and try to find a way around the issues that can be caused out here from a driver's perspective and as well as a fan's perspective. You can see that there's not a lot of breathing room on that outside line and really a lot of hold up there for the trucks. You can't just push it in deep and hope it'll stick up there. You have to find a way to keep that middle and bottom line all to yourself and keep everyone out of that play. Because if you drive it in too hard off the exits, I mean, that wall protection is just right there, and it's just ready to get you when you least expect it. It's been very well known here in Michigan. It's easy, and I mean easy, to get onto that wall if you've got burnt-in tires so you don't have much of a run going there for yourself. So here we go. Kevin Baker and Bob Hutchings are the top 2 performers here, and the hard charger of the night definitely goes to Kevin Baker, up 12 spots from where he started at. Talk about laying in thick and laying in hard. He's been running in clean as day here. May say 4th caution on the night, but that's actually really just a stage caution, so that doesn't really count. 33 cautions in total. Pace truck coming down around out of turn 4 this time by. They will pack him in a little tighter here and set up for the run as they look for the green flag to come out here now. Lights come on, clamor down, hammer it down, and push your momentum to the floorboards. It's green flag racing here with the pedal to the metal, boys and girls. Out of that hole shot yet again, the Wrapz thing making the big run and making the big trip up to the spotlight here, but Dustin Slonaker is not out of this one just yet. He's getting a little bit of a push there from the A7 to Kevin Baker here as that 43 STP of Robert. Oh man, he almost lost it completely in that corner. Had to back off. I'm not sure if Slonaker knew he was coming there. Might have been a miscommunication on the spotter's end. Slonaker by right down and almost got into Kahn there, but they both stabilized it in. Got it cleared out, but Kahn lost all his momentum there. And he knows he's in trouble. He's trying to get a little bit of a help here. He needs a little bit of hand for that stage break. Nick Kern, the 69, making his 2nd race here on the television debut series here for Pedal to the Metal Racing League. Not a bad driver in his own right. I had the pleasure to work with him a little while ago here up on the show, and I think honestly he is one of those guys that could be a favorite if he can start to drive in a little bit more consistent, a little more on edge. But he's definitely got a little bit of work to do around here with these veterans because they will not give an inch. And for the first time, I think in his career, I think I could say it out loud, Dustin Slonaker has got the race lead, and I'm kind of scratching my head right now. No offense to Sparky, but he knows I'm going to give him crap for everything. But I am amazed right now. He is running as well as he is on these starts. It's finally good to see him get back out there and try to have a shot at it. But there's one driver that wants another shot at this and tries to redeem herself, and that's Chantel the Throttle Pottle. I don't want to say 2 disastrous seasons, but yeah, 2 disastrous seasons really for the Throttle, and she's just not had, you know, really any chance to really show, I believe, what she's done and what she's done on other platforms like Project Cars and all them. She can race with the best of them. She can hold up. And I think she's out to prove it finally. And tonight she's doing a pretty good job holding out, but she's still got a long way to go here. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn now moving away back into the field. Kevin Baker in the 87 Budweiser is now starting to pull a little bit more of a shop here. 3 wide swoop down that back straightaway. That is Nick Kern, Matthew Hofford, and Kahn all in that one. They clear it out, and talk about a great camera angle. That drone came up there. That doesn't get any better than that, folks. That's just a good-looking camera angle right here. Look at all those cars and look our trucks, they say, all in one pack, one grouped area. Just fighting for their run and fighting for their position here. A little bit of a bobble there from Dustin Solnaker, and that sets him back a little bit here. Kern trying to get a jump there and try to get something going. It was not to be, though. Moving their way back down in. Kevin Baker way off the pace, way off the set here. A little bit of trouble there. He gets set back to the pack here. He'll have to go from the outhouse and work his way back up to the White House again, and that's not what he wanted to do. Jeffrey Oaks now in that 20, starting in the lead earlier on this night. Finally starting to get a little bit of a gun there, a little bit of a push. I think the adrenaline's starting to kick in. I think he wants some of it here. Kevin entering into pit road. Not sure if he just had a little bit of a tire go down or what happened there, but he is going into pit road here. You see how tight they have to hold that bottom line, how they have to hold the middle line as well. That's really the only area of play to shorten this track out and keep themselves in good range for the truck drivers out here. And right now, Kahn trying to pull the crossover, daily double there on the 5, but not to be. Only gets Bob Hutchings out of that one, and Jeffrey Oaks now starting to push his way through. He knows a thing or two about winning in Michigan. This was the first location where he defeated yours truly, as well as another driver by the name of JR8852 out here, and pulled off, in my opinion, a hell of a run, defeating us both here in the final laps. We took a 3 wide there out of turn 1 and 2. And I don't know how he held his line and held his position in, but that cat, man, he just did a great job holding on and pushing for everything he had to win that one. And, you know, I'll give him credit where credit's due. He just seems to like running here in Michigan. He's doing a pretty good job right now at that, too. The 77 of Bob coming to a complete stop here. Looks like fuel is going to be a bit of a problem there. Remember, they are on 50% of fuel. And with those 5 sets of tires, that really kind of messes up your game plan, sets you up more for a strategy race than anything else here. Old rivals going back out of here, Hofford and Oaksey. Moving through the field here, drivers having to go into pit road and getting as fresh set of tires or a little splash of gas there. You see them challenging around, charging their way ahead here. Every driver for themselves, trying to just hope for the best and hoping that it will come to be a little later on for the little bit for those runs that they need. Jeffrey Oaks still trying to hold off his old rival there in Matthew Hofford. I always said that there was one guy originally that needed a win here when it came to running from the heats to the iRacing circuit, and that was Matthew Hofford. And it was great to finally see him get that win, and obviously at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the late model division when we ran those over there. But also he did get a win before that in the dirt stocks, defeating a lot of us here at USA International Speedway. And you know, for a guy that really has not been on the iRacing circuit for too long, that's pretty impressive considering everything. But here comes the driver here that may know a thing or two about making some battles here. That's Ryan Kling in the 15 Hooters machine. Ryan trying to challenge him in, trying to make a little bit of a run and a position through there. Bob Hutchings falls a lap down here to the throttle, Chantel Pottle, and the Rattlesnake Rubber Con. Let's go on board here with the throttle and just see where the heck she's holding that line at. So you can actually see how that truck kind of dips in and then goes straight up. But what she's trying to do is she's trying to corner off on that white on the bottom line, apex it right in the middle, and as it comes up, she's trying to get the truck to center and take a set. But you barely hear her lifting on that throttle. The reason why is because she's got so much corner and turning in there that the way they set those custom setups up, it's designed to help out with that fatigue and that issue of turning in. And the Rattlesnake knows it, and she's trying to get that draft to work more towards its favor, but it's just not quite kicking there. While Jeffrey Oaks and Matthew Hoffer are still going to battle here a little bit with themselves. Under the wall protection goes Hoffer. Gets it off there and gets out of that area, but you know, that is one thing he's got to be very careful about here. Halfway through this one so far here, and the laps are starting to wind down. Gap's starting to pull away here a little bit. Oaksy's starting to move away a little more to the inside corner, getting a little bit of a jump around Hoffert. Hoffert still trying to get him, but I mean, right now, if I was Oaksy, I'd be probably wanting Hoffert to give me a little bit of a push in that draft. That's one thing we've kind of talked about from Daytona and Talladega, is that that draft helps a lot more than you realize. And he's just not getting any of it here. Keith Checkmate Taylor there in the 8. Unfortunately, a lot of damage up on the right side there. He's another guy that just has not caught a break since season 1. He does have a race win, and he actually was the first guy to defeat the undefeated Lucas Gortman in the Legends division. But ever since then, man, he has not had a spectacular season ever since then. He's honestly just been kind of there and hasn't really tried to make any big moves or big runs there. And I feel like it's only a matter of time before he starts to really try to challenge for that. But it seems like there's always some kind of issue or trouble for him. As you go on board here with Ian Yeager right now, the 96 Chevrolet. Tempoing himself around here, just doing what he needs to. Nick Kern right now in the pits, now having out back for pit lane. You see in the bottom left corner of your screen. And a huge battle persisting up front here. Looks like Oaksy caught up there to the race leaders. And now the throttle, Chantel Bottle having to go down the bottom line and get away from the draft of Oaksy, because she knows he's more of a threat than Con is right now, because Con's been struggling to get around her. But Oaksy's got a big hand and a big push. Look at this, 4 trucks battling it out here for the lead. And Oaksy at a turn 4 is going to take the race lead away, because the 5 and the 20 and the 43 have to go into pit road here. Jeffrey Oaks has the race lead yet again, and Cindy the Closer Taylor falling back behind in second. My folks, some solid runs here and some solid battles from the drivers here. Todd Horse there in the 9, now starting to make a little bit of move up in the front. Go on board here with him, a little bit of a different scenario, different camera angles here. You can see the gearbox, the nose as well, now our gyro cam. The Pepsi Cola throwback number 9 currently. Trying to get up there with the 96 of Ian Yeager, although you hear him kind of down playing in the middle. You can hear that throttle going off, which means he's probably going for pit road. There he goes. So he'll head down pit road here, and you got to wonder now, when is Jeffrey Oaks going to go in? And if we look at our pit strategy right now, currently, Oaksy has, well, for the most part, he's been rather consistent on when he goes in. Same for Yeager and Taylor. Obviously, Con and Hoffert just came out of there, so they will have a little bit more of a go or two with their laps. Oaksy looks like he's heading down now. Looks like the 5 of Chantel did not get what she needs in there. She must have forgot something, and that's going to cost her dearly. Time down, lapsing away from her. And speaking of lapsing away, Ian Yeager, he's also another driver here that has not won on the show. Neither has the 15 of Ryan Kling behind him, but Kling unfortunately a lap down at the moment. Could be a bit of a difference in change here, a little bit of a different run or so. We're past the halfway point. Yeager, you know, give credit where credit's due. He's not looking too bad out there. And if you look at the time zone right now, here's how the times are between him and Oaksy. Oaksy obviously in pit road, but he was gaining on him. And that really just kind of is a big kicker around here, is just if you're gaining somebody like that, really making a move, it's only a matter of time before you can finally pass him. But it looks like he's having to go into pit road now too, so see how that worked out in his favor. Robert the Rattlesnake Ondo is now moving back into where he feels like he wants to go, which is to the leaderboard here. Oaksy is out on the is trying to get out on the track here and hurry up and trying to push it a little bit more. He's got it going. Problem is, Con is just full throttle, salting his way up there, and he's catching him fast. Tenth by 10th by 10th by 10th here, and you can see when you get the lap times here, this is how Con looks to him. Look at the gap there from where Oaksy was at, where Con was, man. That is just insane. That pit road strategy really comes into factor, really benefits off more than the other. And right now, not looking too good, especially with that 43 coming right at him here. He has moved up so close, it looked like he was far away. No, that's not the mirror you see on your car saying the objects may appear farther than they are. No, that literally is right now. Con makes the big move around out of turn 4 and takes the race lead away once again from Jeffrey Oaks. I don't even believe Con has won here on the race here tonight. He has yet to get a victory in the Season 3 Truck Series. He's got a one in the Super Late Model Division. He took one at Daytona. But will he get one here? That is going to be the big thing. He has the lead, he has the advantage, so you can say he's probably the guy that a lot of people are wanting to take down here. Matthew Hoffer in the 84 Mountain Dew Silverado right now, currently right behind Oaksy there by about 2.5 seconds. Oaksy's about 2 1/3 away from him here as the yellow flag comes out. Now that is the end of stage 2, and taking home this one here, the Rattlesnake Robert Con. The SDP 43 machine takes another one. But now that will set up, in my opinion, what will be the big kicker of the night. Does he have the momentum to finish this out? Hard to say and hard to go about, but when we come back, we'll see if it's enough here to take home the race win for the first time in the Truck Series and here for Robert Con. But he's got a murderer's row of drivers that have either won here once or they have not won yet in the season. Would like to change that tonight. Can he hold them off? We'll find out when we return. Well, tonight's race is brought to you in part by Maconi Setup Shop. Only the best and fastest setups come from Maconi Setup Shop. Visit up their website at MaconiSetupShops.com to find the right setup for your next race. By Matt Mills Racing Team, the best Xfinity team out there, sponsoring and supporting Pedal the Metal Racing League this season. If you want to support Matt Mills Racing Team, visit them up on their website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and check them out on their merchandise line on Facebook. By Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts is supplying up the trophies for the season champs this season. If you're looking to get the best hardware or gift for your next event, visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today. I did mention trophies. I was not wrong. These beautiful pieces of artwork from last season are the same they will have this season, and they're gunning for it this time. By SimRacingMerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By GridFinder. GridFinder is the best way to find a new league. Filter your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Need a broadcaster, livery designer like me? Search your GridFinder, the home of online racing. Minus the livery designer part. By the ButtKicker. Best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By FEGPC.net. Matching your want with your wallet. FEGPC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC for the right price. By Brandon Minnick Sim Racing. Be sure to go on over to his page and support his merchandise and his iRacing journey. Thank you again to Brandon Minnick for being a proud supporter of Pedal the Metal. By Pottlez Wrapz. If you want your vehicle to match your style on the track, visit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. The most affordable designs made at your leisure. And by GreenTech Energy. Leading the way in solar-powered energy and control, GreenTech Energy is the way to go. So now We are setting up for the final stage of the night. And maybe, in my opinion, the most important. Here's how they will look when they come off that restart here. Yeager, Kahn, Oaksey, and Hoffert all in that one. Hutchings a little bit late to the game. Baker with a little more of a cleaner run. And this right now, if I am any of the drivers right now, my first thought is, oh boy, this could get crazy out here. Ian Yeager is going to have a run on the restart, but the rattlesnake Robert Kahn will be right behind him, as well as Jeffrey Oaks and Matthew Hoffert. But we've said it here before, and we'll say it again. In motorsports, you don't expect anything but the unexpected. Kathleen still rooting on for Team Rattlesnake, trying to get a little bit of love to the Rattlesnake tonight. And for those at home that are wondering, how did some of these drivers get these nicknames? Well, I'm partly to blame for that. To be honest, so it's a little backstory and a little heads up. One thing in Heat that was always a kind of a thing we had there was the PlayStation. Obviously, we ran on. You had to choose a username or PSN nickname, as they called it. And there were, everyone had like a different name or a different style. Obviously, some of these would be kind of obvious, and some folks do know who we're talking about. But in honor and respect for them, we'll leave their privacy alone. But one thing there that we always kind of figured out too was, well, we want to try to figure out a nickname or two for some of these guys and gals out here. So for Kahn, I honestly was on the broadcast booth one time, and for some reason, I think it was 3/16 that day. I think it was March 16th, and for some stinking reason, I had in my head Stone Cold Steve Austin, and just how much, he was just a guy that came out there. He came out and just whipped your butt and opened up a can of whoop, you know what, and he was just the guy everybody just wanted to take down and beat, or wanted to, try to outwit the bionic redneck. But for some reason, Robert Kahn that season was just winning every single race, every single time out there, and I just thought, well, he's got to be a rattlesnake or some kind. He's got to be like some kind of pain in the butt, because you never know when he's going to strike, and he always strikes when you least expect it. So I just decided to call him the Rattlesnake. And after a little bit of joking around and all the stuff that went down there, Kahn actually stuck with it. So that's where that nickname came from. As for like the throttle, well, that was just Chantel's last name, Pottle, honestly, just kind of mixed in well. So they decided honestly to go with the throttle, Pottle. So that just seemed to work perfectly there for him. Oaksey doesn't really have a nickname, and then Cindy the Closer, that was actually given on a podcast. All the folks around here, myself, Kahn, and I believe Chantel also was on that show. We ended up talking on there, and we talked about how Cindy was really good at closing races out, and that's where she got the nickname Cindy the Closer Taylor. So if you guys are wondering at home how some of these folks got their nicknames, that's how they got them. Obviously, we've seen Joe Nuttleman around here as well, Joker Joe as we call him. Yeah, right. He got that nickname from his car scheme now, because he drives the Heath Ledger number 4 scheme. Beautiful looking ride, but honestly, it was kind of just there to call him Joker Joe. So he didn't seem to mind it though, and doesn't seem to be too mad about it. So I think he likes it. At the end of the day, I think that's all we can really count on and hope for. So on the restart here, we will get things back up and running here, ready to field them on down. And oh boy, this could get crazy here. Cat Crawford saying old Crusader the Accelerator. Yeah, that was my nickname with what I had. I'll say what mine was. I was PTM_Crusader 1496. But most of the guys called me the Accelerator, because when I hit the throttle, I had no care in the world. I was just gonna hammer it down, and that's where the Accelerator nickname came from. So if you're reading the chat later on here on Facebook, that's where that nickname came from. And Kev also reminded me about Oaksey being called Hubby. Yeah, he was that was kind of his old nickname. And he just changed it to Oaksey, which honestly was a lot easier for me anyway. But yeah, that's a little backstory for you guys there. If you were wondering how some of these drivers get their nicknames or how that came to be, that's actually how it all started for some of them. And then of course, obviously, a lot of drivers out here that are still moving their way into the positions and into runs here for their nicknames, or Trying to figure out what to call him and how to call him. Obviously, Kevin Baker, I think I've kind of given him the old apple turnover racer, or as I've kind of seen around here, because his last name is Baker. So obviously, when I think of baking, I think of speeds. I think of good, delicious cakes, pies, and foods like that. And for some reason, apple turnover just seemed to be kind of a thing for me, because every time he runs around here, and as far as he does, it's almost like he's turning the vehicle over to the front, from the rear to the front. And for some reason, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense, but I'm trying to figure out a better name for him, but yeah, it's not working too well. Checkmate, obviously, Keith Taylor there, that was from the old PlayStation days. That's where he got his nickname from. So Sparky, Dustin Sloanaker, his old name there was Sparkalicious. That's why we called him Sparky. But that's kind of about all we have there for the nicknames wise, I think. In chat here, if you guys want to remind me of anything you remember there from the old Heat days, you can remind me later. But we're getting back to the action here. We're finally ready to set pace and get going. Waiting for the green flag to fly, and at long last, the green flag does fly. We are back underway. All following down in solidarity here. A big run and a half coming from some of them, and some coming from the other end of the spectrum. At the end of the day, though, they're all looking for the same thing, and that's a run and a half here down that line, down that back straightaway here. A little bit of a bobble there for Matthew Hoffer in the 84. He ends up getting the wall protection as you see the race leaders going for it here. The 20 of Jeffrey Oaks moving to the inside there in the 96. Yeager trying to stay out of that way. Bob Hutchings getting really up close and personal there with Yeager, but does not get into the wall, but does not get into his rear end. Managing to stay clear of it. Yeager is not out of this one yet either. He's pushing back, man. He's fighting back up there. He doesn't want to give up just yet here. John Tellis, Monopato going to work here with Matthew Hoffer, and old Hoffy is doing what he can here. Staying side by side in the rhythm, but there's trouble there on the back straightaway. Big trouble. Yeager into the wall protection. Bob Hutchings in there too, and Hoffer gets tugged down there on the back. Oh no. Just when you thought they could have escaped it and got out of that one, unfortunately that was not the case. Hoffer gets tagged in there and the caution comes out. Oh my, caution coming out at the most inopportune times there. And we'll have to take a look and see what the heck happened there exactly. We're going to take it to the PTM Instant Replay and take a good long look at this one. Well, you can see where the troubles were for these drivers and what happened there. But my ultimate question is really what happened to Yeager. That was the end result here. Looks like maybe a little bit of a bump here from the 77 of Hutchings. Might have got Yeager a little sidewinded there and got him into the wall. I'm not sure here. Let's take a look. Oh, a little bit of a... No, I'll be honest with you folks. Looked like Hutchings. I'm not sure if he just completely got a little sideways or a little spinned out there, but whatever happened, it cost Yeager big time because Yeager completely got smacked in there and got run around, unfortunately. And that is not what you want to see around here by any means of the imagination. That is a tough break there for the Yeager camp right now. But that will help out a little bit for the drivers here when it comes to saving up fuel and tires because they're coming to their last laps here. Like we've said before here up on the show here, anything can happen around here and anything can go wrong completely. But, you know, it's one of those things you just never be too sure what goes down and how things play around here. So while they go across the lines here and get things taken care of here, we'll just cut to another quick commercial message and let our boys down to ButtKicker tell you why you need a ButtKicker.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
At Maconi Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.maconisetupshop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Maconi Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
And welcome back here now as we are currently finalizing up the laps here, finally getting things somewhat taken care of here. 6th caution of the night here. Unfortunately, definitely not as many as it was at Bristol last time out there. That was I don't even want to know how many cautions we had there. That was definitely a hard race for these drivers to get through. And they did say earlier that they would never wanted to have that happen again. They never want to show something like that the way they did. They all wanted to race hard and clean, but you know, that track honestly was tearing them up really bad, and it was hurting them, and that's not a track you can just take easily. Bristol is one of the hardest tracks in the sim to master no matter what class you're in, and the drivers definitely got a little bit of a feel of that and a little bit of an idea, and I think the fans at home got just a good comprehension of how hard it is as well. But you know, tonight these drivers, man, they're coming back out, and they are trying to put up a number, put up a fight, and they are wanting to show that they can really get things going and get some good racing in. And I can say here in Michigan, there has been good racing in between. It's just been trying to stay consistent, trying to stay under pressure with all that's gone down out here and all things to play out. Base trucks coming off here out of turn 4 here. Line them back up into their position, into their run here. They are all setting like away. Oh no, what happened to Brian Healy in the 8-3? I think he might have got a little too aggressive there, pushing up on Kaler there, but they restart them back up and off the line through the chicane they go. Not quite, I think, the start they were looking for here, but it was definitely the start that Colin was looking for on that get-go. Face them on around here, flying them down, out of the back, straight away they go. You get a good look in the eye view cam of the blimps, just how far everyone is from one another. Ian Yeager way back in the field there. Did not get the draft. I think he won it on that start here, and it looks like there's some big moves coming from the 15 of Ryan Kling here. Kling maybe trying to put a little bit of a fight up to the 7 there. Cindy the closer, Taylor goes to the inside, makes a nice pass there. Just over 20 laps remain here, and now this is starting to look more and more like it could be a battle to the end for some and a run for others. The 87 of Kevin Baker looking to possibly could head to the kitchen and cook up some food, because he's looking for some serious he's looking for some serious runs on that one. I tried. Sorry, guys. Down to 66 there, Dustin Solnaker. Sparky trying to get the Lucky Charms F-150. Stay in the run and stay into play here. I think this might be the first time he has ever run the F-150 out here. I thought he was more of a Chevrolet kind of guy or a Toyota. I don't remember. But I believe this is the first time I've ever seen him in the F-150. Although I could be completely wrong on that one. Off the draft line right now, Chantel trying to push in there with the 43 of Carver Khan. Sonaker trying to hold up, trying to stabilize in there right now. It's still a battle between the drivers and themselves when it comes to the runs and the momentum here. Top 5 right now on your screen, and pretty hard to believe here. Oh no, there's trouble there in the backstretch here, unfortunately. Matthew Hoffer, wait, where the heck is he at? I was about to say, where did he go there? Well, I'm not sure what happened there exactly or what went wrong, but there is big damage up on that truck. Not good for a multitude of reasons. We're going to find out what happened here exactly. Looks like when they were coming off that run here, looks like there might have been a little bit of contact in between here. Let's see. Looks like, yeah, it looked like Horse got a little loose. I'm not really sure if he got loose or if he just all of a sudden kind of got a little too in there, but Yeah, Hofford ended up going right into the front fence there and ends up tagging the guardrail there as well. We'll take it back here and see with Horsch and see if there was any wrong areas there or what happened there exactly from the cockpit view. We're gonna see just what happened exactly there. This is the full replay in its entirety from that angle. So here comes the rest of the field there. You see Oaksey and Hutchings down low. Horse trying to back off, trying to stabilize in. Now, I'm not sure if he just got a little too tight or if that thing just could not hold line, but I mean, I don't try to be the instigator around here, but to me, that just looked like possibly Horse just got a little too aggressive on his cornering and then just ends up costing him dearly. Trying to hold a line in these trucks is easier said than done in Michigan, but I do know one thing: when you're trying to get as tight as you are there, the side draft's not going to help you too much with that kind of area. Well, out of that gate there, looks like maybe the throttle actually. Chantel Pottle got it on Con, but Con's being told he got it over on her. There's one driver, though, that's got on everybody. That'll be Jeffrey Oakson at 20 on this restart. He will have the starting gun in position here once again with only, like, they have 15 or 16 laps remaining when they get back to the line here. So we'll bring these drivers back into the spot where they need to here and see who will be able to possibly take this one away and take this one to the victory lane booth here once again. Remember, we have a lot of, no one this season has gone back to back or even won 2 races in the season. They've all done different times in different areas. It's been a bit of a case of just survival to the finish here for some drivers, and others it's been just mainly hope and pray that it sticks at the end. But out of this restart here, Oaksey will have the gun, and Con and Chantel will be there as well, and Hutchings, man, he's there as well. So we'll see how this one plays out, how it comes to be. I know we're looking back at the race winners here. I know Oaksey does have a win, and he won at Talladega to start the season. I know Sonny the Closer Taylor won last week, and then Bob Hutchings got the win at Chicagoland. So obviously you got Hutchings, Oaksey, and Taylor right. Well, Cindy Taylor right now is a little bit in the back of the pack, so she kind of unfortunately down and out at this moment. But she'll look to try to change that a little later on here. Base truck comes off. Set them up here in the corner, waiting for the restart zone. Green flag's coming out now as they hit it up, and we're back underway. Out of turn 2, looks like a little bit of a better spot up on that one here. You can see the 77 of Hutchings giving a little bit of a push there. The 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. The 5 of Chantel goes to the inside, trying to make a run there around to the Rouseneck, Robert Kahn. Kevin Baker in the 87 Budweiser trying to push the Tundra up a little bit more, maybe make a little bit more headway up there. Kahn is trying to swerve and get away from everybody there. Does not want to have that draft line be kipping up on him. He knows that Oaksey's getting up there with him. Still at a corner peak, almost a 3 wide through as they were hitting it up there out of turn 2. Exiting it off, you can see the 77 Hutchings a little wobbly, a little loose there, managing to stabilize it in. Running them back down into turn 3, down into turn 4 once more here. These guys are 3 wide there. Keith Checkmate Taylor, where did you come from, my friend? Moves his field way in the outfield, up to the front. 6 spots up for the Keith. Keith wants a piece of this one. He wants to finish strong and finally get a win in that he's been looking for 2 seasons now, it seems like. He is throwing everything he can to the wall. He's only got about 14 laps to finish up, but he still is not in the race lead. Kevin Baker in the A7 is yet to be to victory lane. He would love to change that tonight as well. And Dustin Solnaker, well, the last time I remember him winning a race, we was back on Heat 4 in the Xfinity Series where he managed to win at Bristol. It's been so long since he's been to victory lane as well. Hutchings off that bottom, almost a 3 wide salute there between the drivers, managing to keep clear. Down low, back him in once more as they go. They are still in a hot progress. Oaksey has now caught the draft there of Robert Kahn, trying to make a big charge up there. You can see the draft starting to come into effect though for the 5 and the 8. The 87 of Baker trying to get it to corner in. You can see him getting really low there. Lost a little ground there as you see Bob going to the outside line, trying to push his way in. Gives back his spot to Bob, but Hutchings will move it in. Brian Kling in the 15 Hooters trying to also hammer it down, trying to stabilize it in a little bit. It is pretty much a single file line draft for some and others. It's a matter of just persistency and skill here and trying to stay with it. No time like the present here, and if you guys haven't already, and you're tuning in on YouTube later on after the Facebook live stream, get sure to share this one around, show up what we got. Share us around here on Facebook right now if you will. Try to get some fans in this one because this looks to be a strong finish if we can get something going here. Oaksey loses the ground on turn 4. The 5 gets a push there from the 8. Keith Checkmate Taylor really wants to finally win one here in the Truck Series and after 2 seasons. He's fighting, man. He's not giving out anything to anyone. But there is still some room and time left here for any of these drivers to really make any charges, make any positions up. There's no gimmies around here. Michigan is playing more and more into the field like Robert Kahn wants here. I think he's just waiting impatiently, just deciphering when he needs to make a little bit of a getaway around that draft. Trying to corner off, trying to push everybody behind him, trying to stay in it. Checkmate there in the 8 now, getting a little bit of a run there, cornering off out of turn 1. He's got the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks right there in it. Looks like that right side of Checkmate's actually lifting a little bit there. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just going straight down to the track or what's going on. But I can see one thing that's going straight down the track, and that's the big wreck right behind him. Hutchings is involved and Yeager as well. Caution is out. Oh my, and that could have just changed the game plan up completely for drivers here. Oh my. What on earth happened there? Let's go to the replay and find out for sure. Looks like there was a 3 wide salute there coming out of turn 2 here. Let's take a look at it from all angles here. Out of turn 2 it looks like, yep. And I don't know. Sidney Closer Taylor got into that one. Yeager as well kind of got tagged in. We'll take it to the chopper cam here and see if we can get a better glimpse here of what exactly went down there between Mandarin and Cindy. And then we'll see the rest of that one here from the other angle. Right here, backs around. And there's a 3 wide salute, and Cindy ended up actually tagging the 27, which then set off the chain reaction, unfortunately. And that's when everyone else kind of got caught up in that one, and that's where all the problems started up for them here. So We'll see one more time from another angle here just to show you guys at home what the other drivers involved in that one had gotten into there. So watch the 77 right here. Gets tagged by the 27. And then Yeager had nowhere to go. And Hofford barely avoiding damage there. Gaines didn't get out of that one. But as you can tell, damage was already done. And Bob finally gets out of pit road using up another instant repair here, but it seems like that was probably the best time to use it considering the amount of laps left on the track here. Ryan Kling in the 15 is going to have himself a lucky day and a lucky break, and Dustin Solnaker, I don't even know what else to say about him. He's going to have maybe the chance of his life on this restart to possibly take home his very first career iRacing victory here in the leagues on PTM Racing TV, but Ryan Kling has never been to victory lane either. He would love to change that tonight. Brian Healy, despite the fact he got damaged up on the front end of that thing, he's not out of this one yet. The Tattoo Collective 83 be able to hang out there with them. If you look at pit strategy right now, though, oh boy, bit of a changing of the guard, if you will. Everybody has a different pit road strategy or pit road setup, and that's how it all played out for them. Completely changing the game plan and game strategy up for them. Will that play into effect? That is the main question. That is going to be the big thing here on this restart. Things are getting pretty crazy around here, and they are going to get all over the place here on this one. Who will be able to take this one home, and who will be able to finish it out? There is not a lot of time to be making mistakes here. There's not a lot more room for error. They are going to be wanting to push everything to their fullest potential and the maximum potential as well while they're at it. So here on this restart, there will be 6 laps remaining. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, folks, but let me tell you, around here, 6 laps is no gimme. Especially on a track like this, this could very well change up a strategy and a game plan for anybody out here when it comes to their run. They're going to need a bit of a saving grace and a little bit of help here when it comes to this position. Pace them off out of turn 3 and 4. This is it. Will this be the last caution we see here tonight? And will this be somebody's night that we never thought or no one could have expected here to take it into victory lane? We're going to find out here. Wait just a minute. They're going to the checkered. Time elapsed and expired. Oh no. No way. For the first time in his career, time expired. They ran out on the clock. I thought we were going racing again. It's not to be. Justin Slonaker, for the first time in iRacing career, is going to victory lane. And I don't think I could have expected that by any means of the imagination. But Sparky has won it. Unbelievable. I am shocked. Time management is a huge thing around here, and these drivers know it. I don't know if they forgot where everyone was at or how it was playing here, but Sonaker just, I don't know if he was watching the timer or what he was doing, but he must have known on that restart he had one chance at it, and this one might have just been that one chance he was looking for. What a shock, and I'm stunned. How do you call that? How do you finish like that? Ryan Kling gets second. Third goes to Brian Healy. Congratulations to them. But Dustin Sonaker, honestly, no offense to them, but it's the story of the night here for this one. Unbelievable. The Lucky Charm 66, for the first time in his career, can say he's a champion and a race winner on PTM Racing TV, and I could say when he comes on Thursday night, I'm going to give him a lot of grief. I think he's very happy about this one. Unreal. This is incredible. That is insane. The last caution proved to be the absolute last, and it proved to be the downfall for some drivers out here. Brian Healy, though, I think he could celebrate a little bit too, knowing he got himself a third place finish here tonight. Managing to take that one home and get himself something there. Ryan Kling, well, he's heading down into pit road here. I don't think he's gonna be too mad about that one. I think he's gotta be pretty happy that he is still second place here out of this finish. This was definitely a long, hard haul race for him, and I think he knows it too, and he's got to be pretty happy about the second place finish here. Unreal, folks. I am legitimately stunned. I never thought any of these. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but you never really would think that any of these guys were gonna get in to victory lane like that or into that spotlight. But you know, that's one thing we said earlier, and I think we'll say it again. In motorsports, you can never expect anything but the unexpected, and it just happened here tonight. Unreal. I'm heading down to the shadow realm, and I'm gonna go and talk with our guys down here. And he now tunes in with me here tonight. This is Brian Healy and the third place finisher. And Brian, I mean, I know you're probably wanting to restart on that one, but it did not quite work out. Brian, you got a copy, bud? You got a copy, Brian? I think you might be having some mic issues around here, folks.
Oh, I'm quite happy with the finish. I wasn't expecting to get.
You kind of cut in and out there, bud.
Are you there?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised with that ending. I wasn't quite expecting to get that high up. Got tangled up in a few crashes there early, so.
You did indeed, but hey, man, at the end of the day, it ended up working your way here because you managed to get yourself into a third place finish. So I gotta ask you, do you want to thank you for this one?
My crew chief here, my son is there. He's on my pit crew there. He's doing an awesome job. Quite happy to be in this group of guys. Great racers, good talent, really fair guys to race with.
For sure there, Brian. Congratulations on a third place finish here tonight, man, and maybe a trip to victory lane soon enough for you.
Please God, if I can get over my rookie issues I got, I'll figure it out eventually.
You'll get it down sometime, buddy. Congratulations again. Ladies and
Thanks,
gentlemen, your second place finisher here tonight, Brian Healy, as we now take it down here to talk with our second place finisher here tonight, Mr. Ryan Kling. And Ryan, oh boy, I know you wanted to run on that one too, but that's kind of crazy how that one just all played out for you.
I was ready to go. I nailed the gas, and all of a sudden the checkered flag came out. I was grumpy. I was ready to go take it at him.
Taking at him, I presume, for folks at home that are not thinking something else, that basically he's saying he was ready to run the full throttle assault around here, but wasn't quite to be here. But at the end of the day, still though, man, that's still a long, lengthy race considering everything down there, and you really managed to hold your tires out, hold yourself up. So, what really kind of helped you keep that momentum in there with this?
You know, the set that my team and I, Todd and Ian, put together, it was phenomenal. And you know, one of the old guys, Alonzo, helped out as well. It held, and it ran quick, and the fall off didn't seem to be as bad as the rest of the guys out there. So that I throw a big thanks out to those guys.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, congratulations, Ryan. And what do you want to say here for this finish here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the sponsors. Thank everybody for putting it on. We're looking to see if we can get a win here pretty quick and stay up in the top 3 the rest of the season.
Definitely there. Well, at the end of the day, man, it could just very well be your night, your time coming here soon enough. So, Ryan, congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you next time out here, buddy.
All right. You have a great day.
You too. Ryan Kling, your second place finisher here tonight, and now taking it over to, well, I don't even know how the heck to say it, but ladies and gentlemen, Sparkalicious, Sparky himself, Dustin Slonaker, takes it to victory lane for the first time in his iRacing career and continues the hot streak of first-time winners. And Sparky, I'm just going to let you talk, dude, because you seem to do better talking than I do.
Hello, you got me there,
I
Mr.
got
Crusader?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Wow. Um, what can I say? Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, I guess. I guess Lucky Charms was the lucky thing tonight because that was just the weirdest way to win one.
It was indeed, but I mean, at the end of the day, like you did say, like you were trying to go for that first win eventually, and you were wanting to get something going. But I mean, you had a good truck all night long. Make no bone about that. You had something there all the way to the end. There were a few times it looked like you might have lost the gearing on there. You might have missed a shift there. What happened there on those starts for a few races?
Yeah, I know that one restart. Well, the one restart, what happened was I got involved in that wreck there, and I didn't know if I had damage or not on the front nose, and that really messed the truck up there during that first run there, and that had a little bit of problem on that. But yeah, I was kind of getting a little off on the restarts there once in a while. I was starting to get the hang of it there toward the end of the show there.
For sure there, and at the end of the show, I mean, that's where it all matters because you ended up getting it into victory lane here tonight. And Sparky, this is literally your first time ever on on victory lane's podium, man. What does it feel like down here, bud?
Man, I was just hoping just to be on the podium tonight. I practiced a good bit this week. Really felt like that, this tonight was going to be something special. I really thought it would. I didn't think it was going to be that special, but but I was just hoping to get in the top 3. Had a great truck all night. Was able to hang up there with, the Rattlesnake and Pottlez and Bob Hutchins, all them guys up there. And it was fun being up there. It was great to run up there and just, fortunate circumstances there. What do you know? We put it in victory lane. I'll take it.
You did indeed, man, and they were going to take it home. You're taking it home for once in the iRacing circuit, so it's good to see you back in victory lane. Congratulations, Sparky. It's been a long time coming for you, buddy.
Thank you very, very much. I want to thank, Pedal to the Metal Racing League, all the sponsors. I don't remember what all of them are off the top of my head, but, thanks to all the sponsors that sponsors this great league. Thanks to all the drivers out there tonight. You're all great. Thanks to Pedal to the Metal for showing this show. And, wow, hopefully this will be the start of many more.
That could very well be. It only matters up to you from here on out, but nevertheless, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Dustin Slonaker in that 66, and what a way. I'm still stunned, folks. That's crazy. That goes to show you sometimes there's luck, and then sometimes there's just, time management just plays out the rest of the field here. But at the end of the day, that really is going to wrap it up here tonight for our showcase. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thanks again for tuning on in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you again to everybody that helps support us here on the show and everything. We have ourselves a race coming up on Tuesday night, nothing on tomorrow night, so I'll be having the day off. Maybe I'll catch some research and I'll do some more studying on some things. I know I've got a race come Tuesday night. I will have to try to lay into and get something going there. I need a win. I need a win sometime on the officials, man. I gotta get something figured out there. But hey, man, at the end of the day, that's how racing goes. But now, call tonight. Thank you again to everybody here. I'll stop blabbering and bantering. Thanks again to our sponsors. We show up on screen now as we call it a night. From all of us here on PTM Racing TV, thank you so much. We love you guys. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies right here on PTM Racing TV.